Hi, welcome to Life of Thuy. My new thing for the week is to make some homemade gin. Oh yeah, I got this homemade gin kit from Pam, and the only thing that it doesn't include is vodka. Luckily, I've got some right here. Gin is like a clear alcoholic spirit. It's kind of like a flavored vodka. Of course, it's mainly made from distilling juniper berries, but you could add other botanicals such as citrus peel, coriander, and even cinnamon. Gin is also a form of the rummy card game that people play when they turn 67, mainly with their grandchildren. We have a bag of blended botanicals. Don't know exactly what's in here. It doesn't list the botanicals, it just says bag of blended botanicals. We have a bag of juniper berries, which is great because I would not know where to buy juniper berries. We have a strainer, a funnel, and 2 glass bottles. These are really cool looking. They look like they came from an apothecary in days of yore. Alright, making of the gin. Clean the strainer, funnel, and glass jars before use. Alright, be right back. Step 1, using the funnel, pour the juniper berries into the bottle of vodka. Oh, alright. Well, it's a good thing that I poured a little bit of the vodka out in order for the juniper berries to fit. Alright, I guess we have to wait 24 hours, so I'm going to close this bottle back up, give it a swirl like it says, and store it at room temperature away from sunlight for 12 hours. All the things that we can make with gin. There's gin and tonic, gin and soda, gin and diet, gin and coke, gin and Sprite, gin and cranberry, gin and grapefruit, gin and pineapple, gin and orange juice, gin and ginger beer, gin and gin, gin on the rocks, gin martini dry, a Gibson, a Gimlet, a gin buck, a gin cosmopolitan, a gin and sour, a gin and water, a Tom Collins, a pink lady, a white lady, a Negroni, an aviation, a Singapore sling, bee's knees, bramble, and that's about it. Hey everyone, we're back. The juniper berries have been soaking in our vodka, and it has actually tinted the vodka a little bit. It's sort of like a yellowish color. I didn't think that it would do that, so that's kind of cool to learn. Today, we are going to do the next step of the gin making process, and that is to now funnel in the blended botanicals into our vodka. There's a little bit of room at the top. I hope it's enough room. Otherwise, I'm going to have to be forced to drink a little bit more vodka. That smells really good. That smells like just like a whole bunch of herbs. It smells like a nice spring garden. Make sure I get all the little crumbs. Looks like, from what I can tell, there were bits of coriander and rosemary for sure. The next step is to give it a swirl, but of course I'm going to shake it up. And then we're going to have to wait another 12 hours, storing it at room temperature away from sunlight, before we can strain and enjoy our gin. So, to be continued. Hey everyone, we're back. Our gin concoction has been marinating in all of the delicious botanicals and juniper berries. It's gotten a lot darker since the last time that we saw it. There's a lot of dust and botanical particles that are floating through, so that'll be interesting to see how that sifts and filters out. But the next step in this gin making process is to use a strainer and to pour our gin into these 2 bottles. And the last step is to enjoy responsibly. So let's see how our gin tastes. It's like a science experiment. Now, a few years ago, one of my new things for the week was to actually be in a bartending competition, and the ingredient happened to be gin. It was actually Martin Miller gin, and I knew about the competition because of my friend Megan, and it turned out to be an awesome learning experience, an awesome event. We were judged on taste, creativity, the name. We had to come up with a creative name. Ooh, that smells good. I'm gonna save this. And I believe my drink, I made it with a little bit of lychee syrup, blackberry syrup. Yeah, I tore up some mint leaves, and I finished with an origami made out of gelatin because everything had to be edible, including the garnishes. So it had a little Asian flair to it since I used an origami, and I thought that was creative. I thought that was cool because I'd never seen anything like that before, and actually using gelatin was also one of my new things for the week. Oh, and the name of the drink was called Keep Your Gin Up. It was chilled and strained and served like a martini. It had a little lychee on the bottom and a toothpick to kind of keep the origami bird attached, and so it wouldn't float away. When looking at it, my daughter said, hey, you should call it something with like a crane. So instead of Keep Your Gin Up, I guess we also have another name for it, and we're also going to be calling it the Lazy Crane. Alright, I have a few cubes here of ice. It smells like gin. It smells good. It doesn't have, some gin tends to have like sort of like a piney type of aroma to it. This doesn't have that. Wow, it tastes like gin. That's really odd. It's throwing me off because it's not clear. It looks like it's been mixed with something like a splash of ginger ale or Coke or something. Wow, that's really good. That's cool. Oh, so the end of the story is with the contest, I was actually very close. I was first place runner-up, so in other words, first place loser. It was very just informative competition because I'd never been in a bartending competition before, so if I ever were to compete again, I probably would change up a few things, like maybe the way I presented it, but the judges said that the taste was really good and that the creativity with origami, they thought that that was very original. So now I'm going to try it with a little bit of grapefruit juice, like the whole cliche gin and juice. See how it tastes with a little bit of grapefruit. Cheers, everyone. Until next time.